Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to April of 2023. This is for Scorpio rising, most especially, but you can listen for your sun or moon. In the month of April, you're going to focus on your relationships to business and love partners, and you're going to get a lot of traction there, as well as some money glow up coming to you from deeper money than your earnings, investments, for example, or your 401k. I'm looking at this and I'm happy for you because it's going to be positive financially one way or the other. Let's get into the details. First of all, let me say, if you're new to my channel, my name is Lori Lothian and I'm a whole sign house astrologer. I use the Western tropical zodiac. I love asteroids. And if you want to know more about what I do, I teach classes such as Sky Reader, Be Your Own Astrologer, Time Your Best Life live class, 8 weeks long. See the description box below for details. It starts in the middle of April. I teach it every year, and I do other classes and other things as well. All the information you need about my channel and who I am, even booking a reading, is in the description box. Let's get going. Let's talk about you in the month of April. All right, so hang on. First of all, first things first, your Lord is Mars. Mars is the planet that pays the most attention to you. That's because he's a ruler of Scorpio and Aries. And we're going to talk about what he does first, and then we're going to go through chronological stuff this month. So Mars tends to move about 6 weeks through every sign unless he's doing a retrogradation, which he just did after 7 months in Gemini. And now he's moving out of Gemini, which was your 8th house of money you share with other people. He's been there since last August, and he's ending that journey at the end of the 3rd week of March. And so now he's going to be opening up a new narrative for you. He's going to be telling you a new story. So from March the 25th to May the 20th, no longer caring about your taxes, your shared resources with a partner, your investment monies, your inheritance monies. Now Mars is moving into that 9th house, not the 8th house of 9th house of court and legal matters, foreign shores and foreign lands, and book publishing, third marriages, father figures, religions, temples, and shrines. Sometimes, did I say book publishing? And sometimes, did I say third marriage? Yeah. So many meanings of the 9th house, but it is a luck house. It is a prosperity house, but you do have Mars out of dignity in Cancer, and he's going to be there all of April. So you have to be careful here because, if you're going to take a trip with Mars here, although he does like to travel, he's out of dignity. He's in his fall. So foreign land trips and travel may not pan out the way you want. The book publishing deal may come to pass in a way that doesn't work the way you wanted. The third marriage could be in turbulence. Could be arguing with patriarchal father figures, things like that. So watch for that transit. Now, it's not all bad. There's some really lucky things that are going on that could involve some good elements this month with a element of Mars and Mercury. And there's going to be a 2 pass of that. So April 7th to 10th, and then later on, April 23rd to 27th, Mercury will go into a sextile relationship with Mars, your ruler, in the 9th house. And the sextile is from the house of legal contracts and vows and agreements, the 7th house. This is also your marriage house. So this could be legal matters being resolved with a marriage or business partner. This could be foreign lands and trips agreements being forged with business or love partners. Or if you're selling anything to a market or audience, that kind of thing. This could also be some significant developments. This could look like a book publishing deal or something like that. But whatever it is, just be cautious, because even though there's a flow between Mercury in Taurus in your 7th and Mars in Cancer in your 9th, there is a condition of 1, Mars out of dignity, and 2, there is a 2 here, the condition of Mercury retrograde, going back over something, maybe changing direction or mind on the 23rd to the 27th. It's like, say, booking a trip, and thinking it's all going to work April 7th to 10th, and then April 23rd to 27th, changing your mind or having the airline cancel or something weird like that. Now, interestingly enough, though, there is a benefit of Mars moving through your 9th house the whole month of April through to May 20th, and that he's flowing in an applied way towards your body. Good time to get in shape, good time to make executive decisions, and good time to kind of feel like you can harness a bit of more spiritual drive, get in touch with your deeper purpose. All good things to do with courts may work for you, the best he can do up there in debility, but at least it's a flow called a trine to your body, to your health. Some of you, it may look like you're getting more physically active and getting back in shape during the month of April, especially if you're doing it in ways that invite in 9th house matters. Like instead of just doing jogging, you're doing like meditation retreats with jogging or something like that. It's sort of that kind of vibe. Next in your story, we're going to talk about Mercury, because Mercury spends so much time in your, say, 7th house, and it's angular to your first. There's a lot going on here to do with your marriage partner, your significant other, business contracts. Some of this may be their story, not yours at all. If you're in the sales industry and you sell stuff to people and you have Mercury for, a dog's age in your 7th house, to be clear, that's April 3rd through to June 11th, then you're going to be on top of your game. You're going to be selling up a storm. But the other element here is that you may be doing a lot of communicating with somebody, your partner, a business partner, your clients, a lot of back and forth messaging, email, phone calls. It's very, very, very busy time around communication. And there's a sort of sweet spot here, April 3rd to the 11th, that little window of time. Venus is still in your 7th house, loving up your marriage house, loving up your business partnerships house, loving up your audience and clients. And so there's a lot of glow there, super glow. And then so that's really auspicious. That's great to launch a book, to share something with your clients, to propose to the one you're with, to get a wedding date set or something like that, or they could propose to you. So that energy is in play. It's really not like it can bring a new relationship into your life, but then it may be because of phone calls or emails or travel. And for some of you, if you're a single Scorpio, I guess I could say with the Mars in the travel house of foreign lands and then Mercury and Venus up there as well, April the 3rd to the 11th, it could look like meeting somebody new in a love relationship capacity because of travel to a foreign land, or journeys or educational settings, or temple shrines and spas and retreats and meditation pilgrimages. Okay. Now, Mercury will retrograde though. So on the 21st of the month of April, he goes backwards until May 14th. Be careful there. That's when you don't want to sign a legal contract or agreement without having some people really look over the fine print for you, because legal contracts do belong to the 7th house, and you've got this retrogradation. I hear the dinging sound, guys, and I'm trying to figure out what's making the noise. So I don't even know where it's coming from. I have no idea where it's coming from. Is it my mail? I'm going to quit mail. Maybe that's all it is. Anyway, sorry about that. I've got my computer on Do Not Disturb, so that's why I'm confused. Next, Venus is moving into your money house. This is not your earnings paycheck. This is your chunky money. This is your inheritance, tax rebate, spousal resources, shared resources, business partner monies, royalty income, insurance payouts, inheritances. So Venus can glow you up here financially. This is like a longer transit of 3 weeks. It's going to start on April 11th and it lasts till May 7th. And this is Venus giving you some money love, and in a very special way, super special way, because for the first time in your life, she's doing it with some help from Pluto. Pluto Venus is a wealth yoga. So you're going to have a financial glow up here, especially around the beginning of her transit through your 8th house. So just in the beginning, when she first starts out, let's say April 11th to the 16th, she's able to look over her shoulder at Pluto, who's just ingressed into your 5th house. Into your 4th house. So this for you, this trine, this flow between the 8th house to the 4th house can look like getting a refinancing, getting a new mortgage, paying off a credit card, getting some inheritance or legacy money coming to you in a big chunk. All of that's extremely possible in that window of April 11th to the 16th. Okay. So big money glow up. I remember to call this video Big Money Glow Up, because for you, it's money through 4th house. So again, property, real estate, legacy wealth, mortgages, inheritances, selling a property, buying a property, things like that are looking really good on you in that window. And you should be celebrating. Pop the Dom Perignon, pop the champagne. Something looks really yay you. Now, Venus will talk with Pluto every year until 2044 through your 8th to your 4th. So this is going to begin a process of a new kind of prosperity available to all Scorpio risings that you've never been able to experience before in your life, because Pluto takes 248 years to go around the zodiac. His entrance into Aquarius is going to be something new for you. And when Venus is in your 8th house, it continually gives you a yearly financial glow up. Okay. So I think that's pretty exciting myself. And let's keep going and talk about some more chronology of April 7 to 10. I touched on this already with Mars sextiling Mercury. We won't go back over that, but there's something else happening on the 7th to the 10th, and that's that Venus will be in Taurus, which is your 7th house of marriage. Remember that sweet spot, April 3rd to 11th, with Mercury there too? And while she's there, she's sextiling Neptune, soulmatey, dreamy energies, very romantic, very spiritual, very loving, very creative. If you're an artist, especially, your creativity or music is on fire, April 7th to 10th. And then Venus is doing the love up from the house of contracts and agreements and marriage. For some of you, if you're already with someone, it's just extraordinarily lovely for some high romance, leisure travel with the one you're with. Maybe though, if you're an artist, it can look like getting a contract for that song, that screenplay, that book, that novel, something like that. And that's what's going on. And it's very like, yeah, I'd aim for it April 7th to 10th. If you want, you can submit something or you can push for something to come through on the arts and agreements and legal matters area of the sky. April 11th is a lovely, kind of rare event. I mean, because Jupiter is in Aries, which you can only do every 12 years, and the sun is joining him there in a cazimi. That's the heart of the sun. Jupiter in the heart of the sun, all right? And the sun is like the king soul, and it's the energy of the divine intelligence of the universe meeting with Jupiter here. Now, of course, at a very practical level, these two are coming together in Aries, which is to do with your health, your work habits and routines, pets, leases and tenancies, whether you're the leasee or lessor, things to do with debt, like you can pay off a debt really in a chunk that way, if this goodness is happening there. And yeah, that's about that. I'm not missing anything there. Service, how you wish to, it's your work. Sometimes it's your colleagues and co-worker space, right? So there's that. So Scorpio, maybe there's going to be some kind of Jupiter Sun event, like you get a major promotion to the head of a division, or somebody comes into the workspace who is Jupiter Sun, but benefits you around April 11th. Or you get the most amazing rent, tenancy, pet, debt relief opportunity, luck, joy, happy, prosperous energy here. It is flowing to your 10th house of career, so it's definitely could have a huge amount of career energy in the sky for you at this time. Just also want you to consider that this is nice because Jupiter has been invisible since the end of the month of March into the beginning of May, which means he's kind of weak, and you may have been feeling like health and work and office and career and pets and tenancy stuff is all like suck ass and not working for you. And all of a sudden along comes June 11th and everything comes together and something good happens here. Something good is always trying to happen in our lives. That's my belief. I think maybe I'm going to start reading my poetry on my channel. Something good is trying to happen here. And it's really going to be felt by you, I hope, anyway, on April the 11th. As I hope I said April, not June. April 11th, as these two planets come together to have a conversation of a complete merger. And I will say also this, when Jupiter is coming together, I'm going to do a whole video on this, just separately. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, we'll do a deeper dive to do with the asteroids, the stars in this position and stuff like that. But I will say for you just one thing, Jupiter is the exaltation lord of your courts and legal matters and foreign lands house. So it's very possible that something really good, despite Mars being in debility in Cancer, is going to happen around legal matters, courts, or foreign travel, foreign shores, or academic environments, because Jupiter could bring that on as he comes into the heart of the sun and impacts that 9th house where I already mentioned Mars is traveling. We'll be doing a lot of that kind of derivative explanation later on, but also if you're trying to get pregnant or your partner is, and Jupiter also owns a pregnancy house, and that could open up something to do with the idea of fertility stories as well. Now, as we move forward in the month, okay, and we continue, we have a disagreement between Venus and Saturn. They don't like each other very much around the 14th and 15th of the month. And so they're having a little bit of a tiff. Now, they like each other normally, and they're not like enemies in the ancient tradition, but with Venus, on the 14th and 15th, moving through your 8th house of chunky money, squaring off with Saturn in your 5th house, you could have arguments around money or difficult disagreements or challenges around money to do with children or your lover or your independent business enterprise. And, or if you're creative, then some kind of hard ass discussions needed about like terms for your book or your product to do with your compensation and what you deserve and what you're supposed to get royalty wise, etc. So there's this little like 14th, 15th tension. Don't worry about it. It's a short lived transit. Venus will square Saturn, a couple times a year in general, but this is Saturn in a new place in your chart, which is your 5th house. So this is again, some challenges around, money stuff, maybe, that you share with children, lover, etc. Some kind of drain on your finances coming through there from any of those types of people. Also, moving forward, April the 23rd to the 27th has some auspicious energy. We touched already on the Mars Mercury retrograde. That's the same as the 7th to the 10th. And we won't go back to that. But we will talk about the Sun sextiling Saturn. Now, the Sun is in Taurus, which will be your 7th house of marriage and significant relationships. And there is also, contractual agreements, partnerships, and clients that live in that part of your chart, your 7th house, as well as open enemies or opponents or adversaries, FYI. But it's a flow here as the Sun is moving through that part of your sky. And it may be about your partner, not even about you, and forming a flowing sextile to the 5th house. Your partner announces that after all the hard work of trying to get pregnant, they're pregnant. Or your partner is going to experience something really good, or you are with your partner, to do with creativity, art, fertility, sexuality, etc. Saturn can kibosh your sex drive a bit here. He'll be in your 5th house now till 2026 February, but also he can make you work really hard at your independent business, or he can make you really dig in to achieve some lasting results in your creativity. And this mini little glow up here, if you're an artist especially, could be or a business owner of your own business, can look really good on you. Because I think with the Sun in your 7th house, you're getting some kind of ideal, significant solar power leader, other supporting something you're trying to achieve in that 5th house. Okay. I don't talk about eclipses during this video or even the lunations usually, because I do whole long, 90-minute videos on these things every month. But in this case, we'll just give you a quick overview that there is a first eclipse in Aries coming up in the sky, partial eclipse on April the 20th, but it is a total solar eclipse, so it's strong by virtue of totality. It's connected to Jupiter. Jupiter is a benefic. He's getting eclipsed. It's in the house of leases, tenancies, pets, health, and work. Now, this can be an eclipsing of someone over the 6 months that follow from the workplace. The boss quits, a colleague quits, or you quit, okay? Your job, basically, your career. Or there's an eclipsing of a health challenge, because the 6th house is sickness, but it's like there's an eclipsing of a sickness. So that's good. If you have health challenges, it could be out of the way. It's a solar eclipse. It represents a new beginning. And certainly because it's partial and it also involves a node in your 7th, we would also suspect that your partner, significant other or business or love partner may be involved in this kind of change up. Or you may be signing legal contracts or agreements in the wake of this 6 months later that move you away from some kind of work that you've been doing into something new. But for Scorpio rising especially, you'll see in the all signs video, I will do a lot more deep dive into that. And I almost forgot to mention, or did I? Can't remember. I probably did mention that Mars will sextile Uranus on the 28th to the 30th, and that's your Lord Mars in a sextile to the god of the unexpected. Some kind of unexpected, surprising developments regarding foreign shores, academic environments, book publishing, third marriages, but positive. So look for this like Mars glow up on the 28th to the 30th, where you get a surprise, but I think you're going to like it. I mean, someone gives you an all expenses paid trip. Now, I can't remember if I told you about this already, because I'm doing every sign in 1 day of recording or 2 days of recording, but there you go. You finish strong. Your Lord Mars is going to love up Uranus in your 7th house. And maybe it can look like also good news for a partner that you're with in business or love. To do with foreign lands, academics, and court and legal matters. Certainly looks like a good thing for an unexpected gain or success on a contract that you might want to sign that involves legalities on that time frame of the last 3 days of the month of April. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Please check my description box. Come see me for a reading, take a class, join my Cosmic Moonshine Swig of Weekly Astrology newsletter. You get a bunch of discount codes that nobody else gets. You get a bunch of favoritism, extra special stuff because you get to hear from me once a week. We get to know each other a bit better. So come join my Cosmic Moonshine Weekly Forecast newsletter that comes out every weekend. That means that also you're always in touch with me, even if YouTube and I aren't in touch. So think about coming off platform with me if you like. Ciao, ciao, everyone. Let's keep going. I'm going to do the next sign.